universe.
Well, here's a good story that's going on right now. For people who read DC books, 52 and Identity Crisis, the whole...
It's best if you want to try to read them now because now that the books aren't weekly anymore, are all the trades just about out on those?
Just about.
So
1 and 2
those are
out.
the easier access on reading that.
52, hands down, one of the best reads.
So local comic book stores, you can get those.
Yeah, go look at your local comic book store for the trade of 52. Probably volume 1 and 2 are out right now.
So.
The story, the whole story started with, Max Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Max Lord killing the Blue Beetle, and it was the Blue Beetle's death that triggered, everybody saying, hey, we need to go after him. Well, if anybody knows, DC Books, Booster Gold and the Blue Beetle were best friends.
They were the Batman and Robin of their little clique. They were their dynamic duo,
yeah.
so to say.
So Booster Gold's got the ability to go back in time and fix, do the Sam Beckett thing. So what's he going to do? He wants to save his buddy. Well, what happens? Blue Beetle doesn't get killed. Nobody finds out about the Omax. Hell on earth. Yeah. It was a good story, but boy, we got way off topic on that.
Yeah, I know. You can just either edit into that and be like, "This is the Booster Gold episode," or something.
This is what's more important.
He's a good editor. He knows how to use all this stuff.
If you have to do a Google or a Mama search for,
I just learned about Mama, so
Mama, one of the great MAMMA, one of the greatest search engines ever. My internet teacher got me hip to it. Do a search for Mortal Kombat versus DC. They've got their own website, this is the big reason.
And the website is, I think the website's Worlds Collide as the website.
Yeah, Worlds Collide.
Yeah, something's going wrong there, right there.
And here's the biggest tip to us that it's not a hoax, is DC's and Warner Brothers logos, trademarks are on the site.
And for people, unless you're doing some really random parody that you can unbelievably tell that you're mocking or making fun of Warner Brothers or anybody, but most likely 99% of the time you really don't want to be using no one's logos because they have copyright and trademarks. So these are on there. Xbox 360's logos on there, PlayStation 3's logos on there, and PlayStation's logo. So for this person, whoever made this, to put all that on there as one, it's like, okay,
By the way, the people responsible for this game, we make it for the Wii. Seriously? I mean, just the idea of being able to throw a Batarang. Come on. Green Arrow.
You know what? Dang that game. I just want a good superhero game now that you say it.
I
I want to throw this.
I read that Marvel Alliance is going to have a sequel for the Wii here pretty soon.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
No, Wizard reported it, Marvel Alliance 2, and they said that some of the game might take place during Civil War. Yeah.
And as much as I hate Civil War, that almost wins it for me, because I'm like, you know what, I got a lot of pin-up progression about that series, so I can go around hitting Bullseye Venom for a few
So that'd be great. You've got the matchup between Captain America and Iron Man, and
no
matter how much he wins, Cap just goes, I'm
going to beat the shit out of Iron Man. That's the way I am. But anyways,
be great as a super code. We can unleash it, do his mask, and scroll underneath there.
No, I don't want to. I don't want no scroll game. I don't want anything. I don't want a game deal with the scroll, to tell you the truth.
He is a scroll.
Are we off that now? Can we can we get a whole month of that to die out? I did Scroll Mania. I'm done with it now. It's over. Okay, we got seven more issues for that, for Secret Invasion. We got 7 more issues left. All right.
I gotta do it.
Or 6. One of them. What are you gonna do?
Frankenstein never scared me. Scrolls do. Cause they're fast. But no, if you get a chance to look up, it's Worlds Collide. The trailer alone, the graphics are incredible. It's got Batman fighting Sub-Zero.
And the graphics have that trademark of the new 3D style of Mortal Kombat, the way it went. They put Ed Boon's name behind it, so just go anywhere that you go to. That's your faithful search engine. I'm pretty sure it's there. I'm positive whatever forums you read or blogs, this is at the very top, or
Yeah.
or near that top 10. I guarantee it. Here's a picture of a blog.
Yeah.
It's like Mortal Kombat, DC, what WTF? So I don't know. That's one for the ages. There we have Street Fighter versus X-Men. I remember that was a good 10 or 12 years ago. Yeah, we're old. When that was at the arcades, I just stared. I stared at the machine and was just like, "What?"
DC's never really produced any really good top-notch video games.
No, and I
can't
don't want
even
to
remember
put video game people down who make the DC games, but I just think
if there is one out there and we're not hip to it, man, email us. Let us know.
I'll let you know right now. The almost one of the best DC games I've ever played was, and hardest son of a bitch, was the first Batman in Nintendo.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Well,
I'm going to send you a clip of that.
Batman Begins just came out not too long ago, and I can't for the life of me off the top of my head think of any Batman Begins games that really grabbed my attention. Granted, I'm a diehard Wii fan, and our games are few and far between still, but I haven't seen anything. Superman Returns came out. Well, I take that back. Yeah, there was a Superman Returns.
Now that game actually, like I called it. It was fun for all the wrong reasons because of the fact that it was this Grand Theft. I love the catchphrase Grand Theft Superman. It was this, you got to do everything you wanted to do with Superman, but the game was like too little, too late because there were other games that gave you that freedom. It was the game we wanted in Superman, but it's like they had like 4 Spider-Man games that's been out in the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
They give you that freedom, and then there's Grand Theft Auto that gave you the freedom of, being a good guy or a bad guy. And now that Superman came, it was kind of like, oh, Superman's emulating what they'd just already done. But it's like vice versa. Actually, they're emulating what we always wanted to do with a Superman title or a Batman title.
Yeah, what was it? Spider-Man 2 for the Xbox is still one of my all-time favorite games ever. I mean, you got to play as Spider-Man, and this is the original Xbox. You got to play as Spider-Man throughout the entire island of Manhattan. There was no place you couldn't go.
And then I never played this game, but it was the Ultimate Spider-Man game that came out.
Yeah,
that was
Spider-Man,
Ultimate Spider-Man Venom, but they did the art style that was likened to Mark Bagley.
Yeah, with the cell shading and yeah.
So check those out as well. But DC's hopefully this is their thing. The only movie right now after Superman, the second Batman. So they need more names because right now, even these people we're talking to, they only know those cliche 5 superheroes of DC. It's hard to get them to know like X-Men. Okay. Some people can name probably like 10 or 15 X-Men, even though they don't really, they can guess a name,
Yeah, DC just needs to get on the ball, especially with their licensed properties, because all we really have is Superman and Batman.
And that's it.
And let's face it, we're not going to be getting no Xbox 360 game of Smallville.
I like to see Catherine Zeta-Jones as a Tana, to tell you the truth. And that's way off left field, but I don't care.